It felt like the end for Liam. He was fired from his dream job, caught his girlfriend cheating on him, and had to move back home with his parents. It's been months, and he feels broken and lost. A friend of his suggested he can heal and find himself if he takes a hike in Psilocybin forest. So he takes the hike, and within of arriving, he notices something very strange. The path ahead is paved with fragments of shattered glass, each piece reflecting a distorted image of him. And as he follows along the glass, they lead him to a bridge formed by a giant fallen tree and a shattered mirror. He sees his reflection in this mirror and begins to see all the pieces of him that have made him the broken mess he is now. He was fired from his finance job because he had no drive for it and could not meet the expectations his banker dad set on him. His ex was using him for his money the whole time, and he thought he could buy her love with it. He was never interesting and thought showing people interesting things from his phone was enough to have personality. He never explored himself. The mirror's missing pieces reassembled and restored the mirror with full clarity, reflecting tears flowing down Liam's face as he faced his truth. Tears fall into the shallow river below him and become a part of the stream. A glowing golden fish jumps in the stream, signaling Liam to follow in its direction. It leads him to a cabin in a clearing. A welcoming mat at the front reads, "Welcome to the beginning." As he settles into the emptiness of the cabin, his gaze falls onto a sheet of paper, a pencil, and an eraser on the table. As a gentle breeze flips the paper over, he sees two columns labeled desires and fears. Recalling the shattered pieces of his past, the feelings of losing his job and his ex's betrayal all come rushing back. He picks up the pencil and starts to write. He jots down successful finance job under desires and letting people down under fears. Remembering his ex-girlfriend, he writes material success, and next to it, being used. As each word materializes around him, a desk laden with finance books, a fancy car symbolizing his past material success, the walls of the cabin begin to grow thorny vines, representing his fears, his insecurities. It's a claustrophobic manifestation of his life, the life that was built around others' expectations. He recognizes the pattern. His desires, rooted in pleasing others, have led to personal dissatisfaction. His fears reflect insecurities and a need for external validation. His insecurities are barriers, keeping him from exploring the forest and life. He picks up the eraser, erasing his desires and fears, dispelling their manifestations and the thorny vines. The forest outside is unveiled. Looking down at the blank piece of paper, he now sees the truth. He is this paper, waiting to be written on. He is the pencil, the author of his own story. He writes I on the left side and am on the right, leaving the space in between open for interpretation, for endless possibilities, untethered by the expectations of others. He walks out of the cabin and steps into the forest with a newfound sense of self-understanding and confidence. He is Liam, and the story he writes for himself now begins.